Good morning, VC. I'm doing another thread. This one was started over by Christian over at the Front to Back Vinyl. I don't subscribe to him, but I've seen the videos that people who did this thread, so now I'm going to subscribe to him after I finish this video. The idea is pretty simple. Show 3 artists, each with albums from 3 different decades, either artists or bands, and over 3 different decades. I pulled some records from my collection from Soundgarden, Roky, Erickson, and the Flaming Lips. So I will just get started. The first one is Soundgarden's first LP. This is Ultra Mega OK. It came out in 1988 on the SST label. Soundgarden was from Seattle. This is a good debut album. They would do better later, but they've got some really good tracks here. Flower, Beyond the Wheel, Incessant Mace. Love that song. But this is really good 80s era Soundgarden. The next one is from 1994. This is Super Unknown. This album they actually got a Grammy for. It's their 4th studio album in 1994. This one is the Blue Wax. This debuted on Billboard #1 as #1, and Black Hole Sun and Spoon Man both won Grammys, 1994. This final one is their 6th and final album. This is called King Animal. I got this when they played 3 nights in 2013 at the Wiltern here in Los Angeles. And I saw all 3 nights, and this was in the merch. It was signed by all 4, unfortunately. Chris Cornell would later pass away. It's got a few good tracks. I like this, and I'm glad this was like their first album in 16 years, but I wouldn't say this is my favorite Soundgarden. The track By Crooked Steps, David Grohl directed that music video. Next one we got is Psychedelic Sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators. This is their first album that came out in 1966. This is the first mono. You can tell if it came out in 66, if it's got the 3 columns of credits. If it's a mono and it has 4 columns of credits, that came out in 1967, like January, just by a few months. Roky Erickson was the lead singer of this band. It's on the International Artists label. They say this is the first album to use the word psychedelic in the title. I'm not sure if that's true or not. When I first heard this, I didn't really like the jug, Tommy Hall's jug, but now I've grown to actually love that. But this is 13th Floor Elevator and Rocky's their first LP. This next one is Rocky's Gremlins Have Pictures. This came out in 1986. This is more really a compilation of his 70s and 80s work. I have all Rocky's solo stuff, but I'm actually doing a video on his first album, and all those records are at my office, so I've just pulled here what I have, but it's a compilation. This is the UK compilation on Demon Records. This was songs from 1975 to 1980, with him playing with the Explosives, with Believe Alien from 75, 76. Really good, some good songs. Cold Night for Alligator, a live version of Heroin from the Whiskey A Go-Go, and some just early era Roky Erickson. I love Roky Erickson. Unfortunately, He died in 2019. I saw him probably 6 or 7 times. I named my dog after Roky. I'm a big fan of Roky Erickson. Last album, this came out in 2010. This is Roky Erickson, True Love Cast Out Evil with Okkervil River. This is more soulful, acoustic, emotional, Roky. Really good. I love the photo, the backing band. They were really good when I saw. I don't know. I don't know if I saw them at this tour. I don't know if he toured with them, but really good. There's a few good tracks. He does John Lawman, which he did back in the 70s. True Love Cast Out Evil, and what is that one? Third song, Goodbye Sweet Dreams. Really good track. Pick this up if you don't have it. It's Roky's last solo album.
Goodbye, sweet dream. Goodbye, sweet dream. Goodbye, sweet dream.
Last one would be The Flaming Lips. This is The Flaming Lips' first album from 1986. Here it is. Wayne Cohn. They were a band for a few years before, and this is him finally singing. But this is their first album on Pink Dust. It's kind of psychedelic noise, and the song With You, Jesus Shooting Heroin. Really good. This is a good introduction to the Flaming Lips. They're from Oklahoma City. They did a bunch of albums. This next one is from 1993. This is the Transmissions from the Satellite Heart. This is their 6th album. It is on this peach vinyl. This is an OG. This has tracks Turn It On. She Don't Use Jelly. She Don't Use Jelly was their big breakout hit for a 6th album. It was on Beavis and Butthead, and that's what made it huge. But Slow Nerve Action, Moth in the Incubator. This is a really, really good album. When they toured for this album, I saw them in Seattle at Moe's Cafe. It was super loud, and I became a fan ever since, and I now have all the records. Okay, this last one is The Flaming Lips from 2006, At War with the Mystics. This 2006, after Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, which I think came out in 2002. I didn't like the Flaming Lips as much. I haven't seen them in quite a while. This is on blue vinyl. They won a Grammy for one of the tracks. I don't remember the tracks. They're pretty political. It's cool packaging. And actually, all their albums had really cool packaging.
She'll make you breakfast, she'll make you toast, but she don't use butter, and she don't use cheese, she don't use jelly or any of these. She uses Vaseline.
That's it. Real quick, down and dirty one. 3 artists over 3 decades. The Flaming Lips, Roky Erickson, and Soundgarden. Thanks for Christian for doing this thread. I'm going to sub you now. Go over to his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Sub him up, and cool thread. Thanks.